Happy New Year, beautiful people. Oh my goodness. It is 2024, y'all. Oh my goodness. I'm excited. All right. I hope you and your family had a wonderful holiday. I hope you all enjoyed each other. I hope you got an opportunity to relax. I hope you got an opportunity to laugh. I hope you got an opportunity to take a good nap. You know, one of them good Sunday afternoon naps, but you got to take it I guess you could have took it on a Sunday because Christmas Eve and New Year's Eve fell on the weekend this year. But I hope you just had a wonderful holiday. I am here to talk about these New Year, new you, new feet. Okay. Obviously here to answer any questions that you may have about nail care, foot care, to just say thank you so much for supporting me in 2023. Just looking forward to the opportunity to serve you all more this year. I appreciate you joining. I appreciate you sharing this out. I'm wanting to give you all just 3 tips on how you can care for your feet in 2024. All right. So as you already know, my number 1 tip is to never use what? What am I going to say? Never use cheese grater foot files on your feet. Okay. Never. I don't care if the pedicure is free. Never use cheese grater looking foot files. Now, what is cheese grater looking foot files? Anything that has a hole in it, you should not be using it on your feet, sis. Bro, you should not be using it. All right. I don't care how much skin comes off. I don't care how smooth it feels after you get done. You should not be using cheese grater foot files on your feet. Why? Because over time, as you continue to use the cheese grater foot file, what's going to happen is the skin is going to grow back thicker. The way that God created us, He said, hey, I want to protect you. So this is how your skin is going to grow back. When you get cut, it's going to grow back thicker to protect you. All right. Same thing for your heels. When you're using those cheese grater foot files and the skin comes out on the other side, that means you are being cut, similar to a blade. All right. It is not necessary for the bottom of your heels. I don't care how thick they are. Trust me, I've worked many years in my studio with clients with thick calluses and those who we have just had to just revamp their foot care plan. And they have now soft feet because they listened. All right. So no cheese grater foot files. Instead, I want you to use something that's going to help you smooth, refine your skin. And even before you get to cutting and trying to do anything as far as making it, using a tool, I want you to exfoliate. I want you to moisturize. And then after you have done all of that, then that's when you can smooth and refine to get it smooth. Okay. I can go into more details about that. If you have questions, I have a video to kind of show you all of that. So please send me a message. Just drop self-care and I'll make sure that you get that free foot care training that I have to show you how to care for your feet in 2024. All right. So that's my number 1 tip. My second tip, it is most likely time for some new shoes. If you work on your feet, like you're always walking around, standing on your feet throughout the day for work, it's most likely time for some new shoes, or it's time for some new insoles in the shoes. Okay. I highly recommend that you change out your insoles, especially shoes that you kind of cycle through consistently on a weekly basis. I encourage you to change out your insoles so that it won't hold the sweat. It won't hold the odor. I encourage you to do that on a monthly basis. If you have multiple shoes, like maybe 2 or 3, then you can get away with, extending it for a 60-day time frame, maybe even a 90-day. But a lot of us deal with smells in our feet because we have those insoles, and it just builds up and collects the sweat, okay, from sweat glands that are in our feet. So if you're dealing with smells in your shoes, if you're dealing with just, an odor that you're like, hold up, what's going on here? And you know for sure that you sweat a lot and different things of that nature, definitely change out your insoles or swap out the shoes for a new pair of shoes. All right. Another thing is, I highly encourage people who are having callus issues, who are having bone spur issues, almost having what looks like or feels like a corn on the bottom of your feet. I highly encourage you this year to get in with a podiatrist and allow them to do an x-ray on your feet just to make sure that there is no bone spurs. Literally, as we get older, if we're not basically watching what shoes we're wearing, and at a young age we were wearing shoes that weren't supportive, we often have our arch that flattens out, which over time just causes the bone to just rub against the skin and sometimes even penetrate into the skin, causing bone spurs, causing calluses and different things of that nature. You don't have to suffer. I know a lot of people just walk around with pain in their feet. You don't have to suffer. You can actually do something about it. Go see a podiatrist. I also encourage people to get the little corn cushions. You can use that in the area, especially if you know that you're going to be on your feet for a while. Using the corn cushions can kind of just act as like a bouncy ball, so it won't, your feet won't have such an impact when you walk around or when you stand. You actually have a little bit more of support as opposed to just, skin rubbing against the shoe. Okay, so those are my 3. I'm just going to recap. Make sure that you are, number 1, not using cheese grater looking foot files. Number 2, make sure that you change out your shoes, change out your insoles. And then number 3 is the corn pad. So go in to see a podiatrist if you're suffering with a whole bunch of calluses, or if you feel like there's like a corn mark on the bottom of your feet and it's being painful. You should not be walking around in pain. Okay. Let me know if this is helping. Shout out to everyone who hopped on. I really, really appreciate you. Just wanted to come on, love on y'all, answer any questions, any hand and foot care questions that you may have had. But let me know in the comments if this is helping you or not. And if you have any questions, holler at me. Those of you who are new to me, I just want to hop on and get the spew out the tips. But I am Janita, your digital nail stylist. I have been doing nails since I was about 13, been licensed since I was like 19. I'm 36 now. So I have a lot of experience, and I'm very intentional about my education as it to deal with nails as well as foot care. But foot care is my specialty. I'm all about just making sure that you all have what you need. Honestly, when people go into traditional nail salons, typically they're not able to ask questions in detail. They're not able to get information and get resources in detail. And if you are like many people, who don't really prefer to go to a doctor, you like, okay, let me just go get my feet done and I'll, take care of it when I can. That's where I like to come in, and I like to provide a more educational approach in a relaxing atmosphere. Okay. So I use social media. I use reels. You'll see me, hopping around, some more reels this year, just to make sure that people are educated on how to take care of your feet. Because listen up, we're not getting new feet. This is going to be the pair that you have. So we must love on them. We must take care of them. We must do all the things that we can to make sure that we're taking care of our feet. All right. It's a part of our health. If you are working out, you need your feet. If you are, doing your walks and different things of that nature, or even if you just going about your business and working, you need your feet. All right. So I want to make sure that you are just not sitting over there in pain this year, thinking that you don't have a solution. There is a solution. It is not normal for your feet to be hurting and different things of that nature. Let's get you some support this year. All right. All right. Let me check these comments. Oh, wonderful. Bernice Kitchen. Wonderful. I know who that is. Oh my gosh. It's going to come to me. Thank you so much for joining. Oh, it's going to come to me. It's going to come to me. I know who you are, though, by your name. I just, for some reason, drew a blank. But thank you so much for joining. I'm so glad that this is helpful. You are so welcome. That's going to bother me. But yes, y'all. So I wanted to share that. I also put in my last post, my last reel, about what is our 2024 word. And y'all dropped some good words. Like, oh my goodness. I saw clarity. I saw intentionality. I saw purpose. I was like, okay. Yes, let's be purposeful. Let's be intentional. I love it. So mine was stewardship. And the definition of stewardship is the job of supervising or taking care of something, such as a organization or property. But for me, I took stewardship as taking care of like the important things in my life, right? So first and foremost, I got to take care of myself. And I got to do all that I can to make sure that my mental and my emotional, physical health, and, just making sure that I'm well-rounded so that I can be able to pour out better to others. Another area of stewardship is finances, getting educated, making sure that I'm putting certain things in place so that I am, stewarding what God has blessed me with. Another part of that is family, making sure that my household is cared for and different things of that nature, but getting the tools to do it, take it to the next level. We're always improving, always growing. One of the things that I implemented this year is, waking up earlier. Oftentimes when you already wake up early, you like, whoa, like I can't foresee getting up any earlier. But one thing that I said I would do is just an hour early, go to bed an hour earlier so that I can get up that extra hour earlier. I have little ones and they be waking me up in the middle of the night. So oftentimes that kind of breaks my sleep and have me all over the place. So it's all the more reason to get in the bed just a little bit earlier so that I can have that time the next day. But yeah, if you're in here, go ahead and share your word of the year or what you're looking forward to in 2024. Like I previously said, I'm all about educating and sharing how to properly care for your hands and feet. You don't necessarily have to come to me. By all means, you are welcome to come to me, but you don't necessarily have to. I know I have people all over following me. My main thing is to either refer you to someone in your area or give you the tools so that you can care for your feet at home, care for your nails at home, different things of that nature. I know since the pandemic, a lot of people have, kind of veered away from going to traditional nail salons for many different reasons, right? And so I would just want to make sure that you have not only YouTube University, that you actually have a nail technician who's been in the industry for a while who can get you some resources to help you care for your nails and stuff and your feet. So if you have any questions, don't hesitate to reach out. All right. Okay. We got another word. Fearless. All right. Fearless. I love it. Listen, one thing for sure is we need to fear less and have more faith. Okay. I don't know what you believe in, but I believe in God. And I know for a fact that I need to have less fear, more faith. Okay. Really no fear, all faith. Seriously. Because there's some giants. There's some things that we are wanting to get out of life, and you ain't gonna know where with fear. It's gonna keep you stifled. So I pray that you have an amazing year full of faith, that you take a step forward, even if it's small, that you celebrate the little step that you take. Oftentimes, I know for those of you all who are perfectionist, I know we can tend to just not acknowledge when we have growth. So I encourage you, even in your being fearless, that you just acknowledge your growth, even if it's just one step. You're like, okay, I improved. I used to be doing this. I used to talk like this. I used to act like this, but now I do this instead, you know? So yeah, yes to fearless. Okay. All the best to you in 2024. I believe you pronounce your name Rennie, but if I got that wrong, my bad. Okay, add it on. Yes, I love it. All right, who else? Who else got a word for 2024, or something that you are looking forward to, something that you, or a question that you may have? I have the question mark box open. So if you have foot care question, nail care question, I'm here to answer it. I know people are hopping on. Thank you so much for hopping on. My 3 tips for caring for your feet this year was definitely carrying over. Probably will never not be my number 1, but that's no cheese grater looking foot files. And then the second one was change out your shoes or change out your insoles. And then the last one was go see a podiatrist about, if you have any like rough calluses and bone spurs. If you shouldn't have any pain on the bottom of your feet. So we need to get that checked out, do an x-ray. You can also do the corn pads so you won't have like the friction and impact on your feet, especially if you're hurting. Another thing, as far as the new shoes and the insoles, make sure that if you need a wider shoe, that you are getting the shoe in wide. Oftentimes that is a huge part of pressure points for us ladies, is just that it's not so much as the shoe isn't, working for you. It's just that top part of your feet may need a wider shoe. So pay attention to that. Okay. The new year is the perfect time to kind of reset all of that, get rid of the stuff that is not working for us. And like I said earlier, we need our feet. So we need to make sure that we're doing all we can to take care for them. Okay. Also, if you are needing a nail stylist referral in your area, I am still keeping a log of nail stylists all over the world. So if you're needing that, go ahead and let me know. Send me a message with your zip code, and then I will happily get you somebody in your area if I can. I will do my best to try to get the zip codes of you and then try to get you as close as possible to the person that's in your area. I realize over the years I cannot do everybody, okay? And I know that there are some bomb nail stylists that care, that create a clean environment, a relaxing environment. They want to care for you in a quality way. And so I'm all about referrals. People send me people all over, all the time. And so I'm super, super grateful for that. All right, y'all. So y'all are taking it easy on me this year. The start of this year with y'all don't have much questions, but if you think of something, don't hesitate to reach out, send me a DM. Happy to answer any questions. And if I don't know, I'm always like, let me go find a resource. Let me go find somebody who do know. But yeah, if you have any questions, don't hesitate to reach out. I will be having some more content posted. I will also be adding a few new services to the services that I offer, and then my products are still available. So if you're looking for an exfoliation, or you're looking for that foot cream, and you're looking for a quality foot file, holla at your girl. There is a link in my bio, but if you have questions, don't hesitate. I can get you some product samples, whatever is needed, so you can try it. Okay. Yes. Uh-oh, hold on. I'm missing sound. Let me scroll up a little bit. Oh, nice. You're Tech as well. Where are you located? Okay. Yes, for sure. So I went through Medi Nails, which is they're still doing their training. I can send you over. Theirs is digital. But I don't mind sending you a message if you send me one. But I went through Medi Nails, and like I said, it was digital. And then I also did a internship at a local podiatrist office for 40 hours. And just getting that experience was really, really helpful for me to have a reference point. And then I was also able to, since I did the internship, I now refer people to that podiatrist office. So that was a really good experience for me. It was definitely eye-opening because I feel like in the nail studio, you come across, a lot of different people, but that was being in a podiatrist office and doing that internship was I feel like a whole nother level. Because you had kids and then you had, to your senior, age group. So, but it was cool. It was cool to see. And I highly recommend all nail technicians to further their education, even beyond, going to nail school and stuff like that. So I definitely will recommend it. Like I said, it is digital. But I also even have taken other classes that were more hands-on outside of the Medi-Nail program. Just, like I said, to keep adding to it because there's so many techniques, right, that you can do. And oftentimes, you don't really know until you're in that predicament. So it's always good to speak with somebody who is already doing it so that way you can get more insight. I do offer classes, so I can send you information on that as well. But yeah, there's so many. I love to go to like the expos because they offer in-person hands-on classes, and then you can also like do collaborations and networking with other beauty pros around the world, and just kind of like I have built up a network of people that I refer people to. But yeah, we need more quality nail stylists who really, really care. One thing that I have noticed in my career is when I first started out, I'm originally from Chicago, and when I first started out, I was doing so many like nail art and long nails and, because I was younger, right? So that's what I attracted. And then as I moved, I used to live in Oklahoma. So in Oklahoma, it's kind of like the pink and whites and, just very like neutral. And then when I got to Dallas, it's a mixture, but I was able to kind of just find, what my niche was. And I saw that foot care was lacking. And I, like I said, been doing nails since I was 13, and feet is where I started. So I saw an opportunity to just hone in into foot care and really help people along the journey. And I'm so grateful that I have, because it made me realize even more, we need more nail stylists to do this. We need more people. So the information definitely needs to be reached out. So I'm happy to help in any way I can, Rennie. It's a long way to answer your question, but Okay, perfect. Oh, you in NY. I have not been there in forever, but definitely want to get back. My daughter has been talking about going to New York. Definitely coming to visit y'all in the summer, okay? Because that winter, like Chicago, is very brutal. Very brutal. You say, yes, I agree. I know there is a need, and I definitely enjoy it. I just simply don't want to do, foot care. And yes. Oh, love it. Yes. I know, I think it's called NYC Medi. No, it's Medi Pedi NYC. I think that's what it's called. Yeah. Medi-Pedi NYC. They're really known out there. I send people that way if they're close by. But again, on my list of referrals, I do not have a lot of people from New York, and I definitely get a lot of people asking. So you got to push through and do it. And one of the things too is like, oftentimes we think what we see is what, this is all I can offer, but no, it's so vast. Like, I know people, I do extensive, I'm massaging up and down the leg. I'm going, into reflexology. I got steam going and all these different things. But then there are some nail stylists who literally, they literally just work at the bottom of the foot. And, they do, the toenails. They don't massage up and down the leg or anything of that nature. So you can always customize it and make it what your client is needing, and what fits your best techniques and different things of that nature. Obviously what works within your scope of practice, but there's so many different ways for sure. Oh, you say you don't fool with the wintertime. I totally get it. And it's so funny because people be like, you from Chicago, this ain't cold. I'm like, listen, when you grew up on them trains and them buses and you outside in the blizzards, you still got to go to school. I'm wanting summer. I'm wanting warmth. Anything 75 and below, I'd be looking like, can we get a little 78, 80, So, yeah. But then, you come to Texas where I am, and it's like, oh, you going to get some work. You going to get some heat. You going to get some heat. Okay, you say you're in Long Island. The people over here would like to not have to travel to city. Okay. Yes, for sure. For sure. For sure, yeah. There's mobile. There is spas, and that was another thing that I learned too. It's kind of like exposing people to the different possibilities. That's another reason why I like to go and take classes or, talk to other nail technicians that are not necessarily in my area, because that exposes me and that helps me to, share with my clients and give them some different perspectives and stuff like that. So yes, you should definitely do it, girl. You should definitely do it. All right, y'all. So we talked about our word for 2024. If you think of your word, drop it up under my last post or up under this post. I'll repost this. And then don't forget my 3 tips that I gave you. If you have any hand and foot care questions, or you need a referral, or you need a foot care kit, drop self-care in the comments and I will be happy to get you that information. You all have an amazing second day of the year. Get you some rest so you can have a good start to the rest of this week. All right. Thanks for joining. God bless you. Take care.